Hey everyone, it's your name. And if you're a blogger or you rely on your blog for traffic, this video is mission critical for you. In 2025, most blogs are on the verge of a traffic collapse, and it's not by accident. From Google's evolving algorithms to changing user behavior, everything is shifting. But here's the good news. If you understand that you can fix it before it's too late. Let's break down and let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the algorithm in the search results. Google, the gatekeeper of internet traffic, is changing the game. And for many bloggers, it's not looking good. We've all seen it, those AI-powered answer boxes popping up at the top of more and more search results pages. That's Google's Search Generative Experience, or SGE for short, and it's designed to give users the answers they need without ever having to click through to a website. Now, on the surface, this might seem like a good thing. After all, Google is all about delivering the best possible user experience, right? And what's more convenient than getting the answer to your question right there on the search page? But for bloggers and content creators, this shift towards AI-powered search has huge implications. Think about it. If Google is answering questions directly on the search page, what's the incentive for users to click on your blog post, even if you're ranked #1? The reality is, there isn't much incentive, and that means fewer clicks, less traffic, and ultimately less visibility for your blog. And here's the kicker. This is just the tip of the iceberg. As Google's AI technology continues to evolve, we can expect to see even more sophisticated search features that could further reduce the need for users to visit external websites. So what does this mean for bloggers? It means that simply creating content and hoping for the best is no longer a viable strategy. If you want to survive and thrive in the age of AI-powered search, you need to adapt. You need to create content that goes beyond simply answering basic questions. You need to provide real value, real insights, and real human connection. In the next chapter, we'll dive deeper into another major challenge facing bloggers in 2025, the rise of zero-click searches. Stay tuned. We just talked about how Google's AI is changing the game, but there's another trend that's been brewing for a while now, and it's only going to get more intense in 2025: zero-click searches. What are zero-click searches? It's exactly what it sounds like. Searches that end without the user clicking on any of the results. Think about the last time you used Google. How often did you actually click on a link to get the information you needed? If you're like most people, probably not as often as you used to. That's because Google has become so good at providing answers directly on the search page, whether it's through featured snippets, knowledge panels, or those AI-powered answer boxes we talked about earlier. In fact, studies show that over 65% of searches in 2024 ended without a single click. That's a staggering number, and it's only expected to rise in 2025. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but my blog is different. I don't just answer simple questions. I provide in-depth analysis, expert opinions, and unique perspectives. And that's great, but here's the thing. If your content is buried beneath a wall of zero-click results, it doesn't matter how good it is. No one's going to see it. So what can you do about it? Well, the first step is to acknowledge that the game has changed. You can't just focus on ranking for keywords and hoping for clicks anymore. You need to optimize your content for a world where zero-click searches are the norm. That means understanding what types of queries are most likely to result in zero-click searches, and then tailoring your content accordingly. It also means thinking beyond traditional SEO and focusing on other ways to drive traffic to your blog, like social media, email marketing, and even paid advertising. In the next chapter, we'll discuss another major challenge facing bloggers in 2025, the overwhelming amount of low-value content. Stay tuned. We've talked about Google's AI, we've talked about zero-click searches, but now let's address the elephant in the server room. The sheer volume of content being created every single day. There are millions, and I mean millions of blogs out there. Everyone and their grandma seems to have a blog these days. And while that's great for the democratization of information, it also creates a massive problem content saturation. Think about it. If you're writing about the same topics as thousands of other bloggers, how are you going to stand out? How are you going to cut through the noise and get your content seen? The answer is simple. You need to create content that's actually valuable. And I don't just mean well-written or informative. I mean content that offers a unique perspective. content that provides actionable insights, content that solves a specific problem for your audience. The problem is, most bloggers aren't doing that. They're churning out the same old rehashed content, hoping to game the algorithm and get a few clicks. But here's the thing, Google is getting smarter. They're not interested in rewarding low-effort, low-value content. They want to surface the best, most relevant, and most helpful content to their users. So if you're still writing generic blog posts that could have been written by a bot, you're in trouble. You're going to get lost in the deluge of content, and your blog is going to fade into obscurity. In the next chapter, we're going to talk about how to create content that can't be replaced by AI. Stay tuned. We've talked about the challenges facing bloggers in 2025, Google's AI, zero-click searches, and content saturation. But now let's talk about the solution, creating content that AI can't replace. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Neil, isn't AI going to take over all content creation? Isn't my job as a blogger doomed? And look, it's true that AI is getting incredibly sophisticated. It can write articles, create images, even compose music. But here's the thing. AI lacks one crucial element that makes human-created content so valuable, a soul. AI can mimic human language, but it can't replicate the emotions, the experiences, the unique perspectives that we bring to our writing. So how do you create content that AI can't kill? It's simple, tap into your humanity. Tell personal stories, share your struggles, your triumphs, your failures. People connect with stories. They want to know that there's a real person behind the words on the screen. Don't be afraid to get vulnerable. Authenticity is key. Next, go beyond the surface. Anyone can regurgitate information they found on the first page of Google. But can you provide original insights? Can you offer a fresh perspective on a tired topic? Do your own research. Conduct interviews with experts. Dig deep and uncover the hidden gems that AI wouldn't even know to look for. And finally, don't be afraid to get niche. The more specific you are, the less likely it is that AI will be able to replicate your content. Focus on a narrow topic that you're passionate about and become an authority in that space. Remember, AI is a tool, but it's not a replacement for human creativity and ingenuity. Use it to your advantage, but don't let it define you. In the next chapter, we're going to talk about how to optimize your content for Google's SGE and the zero-click landscape. We've covered a lot of ground in this video, from the rise of AI to the importance of creating irreplaceable content. Now let's bring it all together and talk about how to future-proof your blog and thrive in the age of AI. The first step is to embrace the changes happening in search. Don't bury your head in the sand and pretend that Google's SGE and zero-click searches aren't a big deal. They are, but instead of fearing them, learn how to work with them. One way to do this is to optimize your content for featured snippets. Featured snippets are those concise answers that Google displays at the top of the search results page, often in response to a specific question. By structuring your content in a way that answers common questions clearly and concisely, you increase your chances of winning the featured snippet and getting your content seen, even in a zero-click world. Another important strategy is to focus on long-form, comprehensive content. While short, snackable content has its place, Google's AI is becoming increasingly adept at summarizing short-form content, making it less likely that users will click through to your site. Long-form content, on the other hand, provides more opportunities to demonstrate your expertise, delve into complex topics, and provide real value to your readers. And finally, don't forget about the importance of user experience. In a world where attention spans are shrinking and competition for eyeballs is fierce, you need to make sure that your blog is easy to navigate, visually appealing, and engaging to read. Use high-quality images and videos, break up your text with subheadings and bullet points, and optimize your site for mobile devices. By making your blog a joy to consume, you'll keep readers coming back for more, even as the search landscape continues to evolve. Remember, the future of blogging isn't about fighting against AI, it's about working with it. By embracing the changes, creating exceptional content, and providing a stellar user experience, you can ensure that your blog not only survives, but thrives in the years to come. So, will your blog survive the storm of 2025? The landscape has changed, but there's opportunity for those who evolve. The blogs that offer real value, real insight, and real human connection will continue to grow, even as the lazy ones fade into obscurity. Subscribe for more content strategy tips, SEO breakdowns, and the future of content marketing. And if you want to stay ahead of every algorithm update, join our free newsletter. Link in the description. Don't just blog, build authority.